In the Lean Startup, Eric Ries introduces a radical shift in the way entrepreneurs should approach building their businesses. Instead of relying on traditional methods, where detailed plans and extensive capital are used up front, Ries advocates for a lean approach that is focused on testing assumptions, learning quickly, and iterating in short cycles. Ries' central concept is the build-measure-learn loop, which is the foundation of the Lean Startup methodology. The process begins with building a minimum viable product, MVP, which is the simplest version of your product that can be tested with real customers. This approach helps reduce the time and resources spent on creating a product that might not meet market needs. Instead of pouring months of time and money into a perfect product, entrepreneurs should aim to build something basic and functional that allows them to validate their hypotheses. A key example of this approach can be seen in the success story of Dropbox. Founder Drew Houston initially created a simple explainer video to demonstrate how Dropbox would work. The video was designed to show potential users what the product would look like and how it could solve a problem, storing and sharing files online. Rather than developing the full product up front, Dropbox used the video to gauge user interest and collect feedback. This approach not only saved resources but also helped them understand customer demand before investing in the full product development. Once the MVP is launched, the next step is to measure the responses from customers. Here, Ries warns against relying on vanity metrics, numbers that look good but don't tell you much about your business's actual progress, such as total page views or the number of downloads. Instead, entrepreneurs should focus on actionable metrics that provide insight into how customers are interacting with the product. For example, if a mobile app shows high downloads but low daily usage, it's an indicator that users are not finding lasting value in the product. In contrast, metrics like customer retention or lifetime value are far more useful for measuring product-market fit. Once sufficient data is collected, the next phase of the process is learn. This is where the Lean Startup model diverges from traditional methods, as entrepreneurs are encouraged to pivot or persevere based on the feedback. If a startup's assumptions are proven wrong, the next step is to pivot, changing the product's direction to better meet customer needs. Pivoting doesn't mean failure, it's a necessary part of the iterative process that leads to eventual success. The story of Instagram serves as a perfect example of a successful pivot. Originally, Instagram was called Bourbon and offered several features, such as check-ins, photo sharing, and status updates. However, the team noticed that users were primarily engaging with the photo sharing feature. They pivoted the entire business to focus on photo sharing alone, and the rest is history. Instagram was sold to Facebook for nearly $1 billion within just 2 years of launching. In addition to the MVP, Lean Innovation Accounting is introduced as a key method for measuring progress. This technique helps entrepreneurs determine whether their business is advancing by comparing progress with specific, quantifiable goals. A company may choose to test different marketing strategies, tweak product features, or adjust pricing, always measuring what works and what doesn't. Ries emphasizes that these metrics should be focused on validating learning rather than confirming what entrepreneurs want to hear. By emphasizing the importance of early experimentation and validated learning, the Lean Startup model helps entrepreneurs avoid costly mistakes. It challenges the belief that business success comes from meticulous planning and precise execution from the start. Instead, success comes from being able to continuously iterate, make data-driven decisions, and stay adaptable in the face of uncertainty. Example 2, Zappos. Zappos, the online shoe retailer, is another great example of applying Lean Startup principles. Initially, CEO Tony Hsieh didn't know if people would buy shoes online, so he didn't invest heavily in inventory. Instead, he created a website where he took photos of shoes from local stores and posted them for sale. When customers placed orders, Hsieh would buy the shoes from the store and ship them to the customer. This approach allowed Zappos to test whether customers were willing to buy shoes online, which ultimately validated the business idea.